What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing great today. I am doing awesome. Happy Saturday. So, happy Saturn Day. If you've ever heard of Jordan Maxwell, that's a rabbit hole to go down. But, anyways, so today's video idea is going to be called The Narrative of the Modern Day Music Industry. So, it's about in regards to the narrative of the modern day music industry. Okay, so this isn't talking about music that was being made 15 to 50 years ago. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about right now, maybe even for the past 10 years or longer. But yeah, easily. If you look into it, you're going to see thousands of other videos talking about this. Okay, I'm just going to say it straight up. Modern day hip hop is demonic. Okay, I'm not talking about these independent rappers that aren't as well known and they're writing lyrics about good stuff or uplifting people or coming together. That obviously exists. But what I'm talking about is if you want to make it into one of those top 10 Billboard chart slots, you got to do something strange for a little piece of change. You got to lead a few people astray to make a little bit of hey, hey, you know what I mean? And you got to lead people to hell and make sure that they have fell under your spell. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Little Nas X. Um, but yeah, anyway, so let's get into this, okay? Becoming an artist or an entertainer at the top comes with a cost nowadays. Selling your soul to the devil is legit. It's subtle in the beginning, but oh so obvious by the end. Katy Perry has Jesus tattooed on her wrist, okay? However, and she came from singing gospel music, okay? But the industry made her a star, but at a cost of two things. And this is what they'll hit you with is the two things. It's a twofer. It's a two for one, okay? Her soul, that's one thing. That's the easy thing nowadays. People will trade their soul for anything for $10. They don't give a shit, right? So one thing they said you need to give to us is your soul, number one. And number two, the souls of her fans. This is where people start to feel something in the spirit. Something ain't right because they don't want to lead others astray. You would feel like a horrible person, right? Well, a lot of these people do just that. And let me get into it. Number one, how they take her soul. She can't say Jesus in her songs. She cannot praise God in her music. There goes her soul. There goes everything she used to stand for, right out the window for money, fame, clicks, views, attention, praise from humans instead of praising God. Now, instead of giving the praise, you are receiving the praise as if you are a god, a diva. Okay? So that's number one, how they take her soul. Number two, she has to lead others astray through her influence, lyrics, videos, and music. Okay? There goes the souls of millions of people as well. And that's the ugly part. It's one thing to trade your own soul because it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it, free will, right? But when you start twisting and taking other people down to hell with you, that's when I have a big problem, you know? In my opinion, if she doesn't return to the Lord soon, on Judgment Day, she will hear these words that we all fear. Depart from me, I never knew you. That's what Jesus would say to her. I just heard she dragged some guy through a lawsuit where she wanted to buy his house and he didn't want to sell it. And she took the guy through court and sued the hell out of him and took money from him, a retired veteran or something like that, some old guy. Like, that's how you're treating human beings, really? You're rich and you already have everything you need and then some, but now you're going to be petty like that? Wow, okay. Katy Perry. I see what happened, you know? But anyways, the music industry changed her over the years because she used to have such a fruitful spirit, and you will know them by their fruits. If they produce good fruits, they're a good tree. But if they've become a bad tree, they will never produce good fruits, not once. Living in a consistent state of willful, cognizant, and intentional sin is one thing, but bringing millions with you intentionally is another can of worms entirely. Little Nas X, let's jump to him real quick. Little Nas X using graphic imagery of getting al-zudded by Satan in his music video. Yeah, that gets pushed heavily. I wonder why. You know, you see other things in the music industry upside down crosses, various hand signs, grotesque imagery, sacrilegious intent, and confusion. It all screams Satan. Who's the author of all confusion again? Oh, that's right, Satan. Woe to you who call good bad and bad good. And this is what they're doing, is they're inverting everything, okay? They don't even sign people for talent anymore, unfortunately. They sign people for compliance and control. Are you compliant with what they want you to do? And can they control you? And even better yet, through them controlling you, can they and you control others? Lack of morality is seen as dollar signs from the synagogue of Satan. Follow the paper trail. Follow the breadcrumbs. In the Bible, Lucifer was known to have the most beautiful voice of all. So it's no shock to see that thousands of years later, he is the music industry, specifically modern day hip hop. Growing up, I knew all of the lyrics by heart. They put evil lyrics behind catchy feel good instrumentals, bypassing the left side of the brain of logic and reasoning and instantly targeting the subconscious, the emotional brain, the right side. They hijack your emotions, thus validating the call to violence, drug usage, etc. Violence in songs seems justified. They had it coming. Gang violence, weapons. Oh, they shouldn't have been the opps in the first place. Then we wouldn't have had to slide on them. Oh, I had to slide on my ops. I slid on my ops. What is this? Okay? Disrespect for and towards women seems understandable because modern day feminism gave them a god complex, breeding narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. But it's not okay to disrespect women and call them the B words and treat them like animals and treat them like things that you can own, or just F them and chuck them, the one that rhymes with Chuck, F them and chuck them. Like, this is messed up, bro, okay? Glorifying dealing drugs and using drugs. And when I grew up, it was glorifying selling the drugs. And then as I was in my teens, early 20s, it started to become glorifying using drugs as well. Because they were like, oh, we could get them both ways, Glorifying firearms, black on black violence. The hoods even get desired by regular citizens. Like these people who grow up in little quiet suburbs are like, yeah, I want to ride in the hood and I want to. Why? Dude, the programming is clearly working. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this music turns citizens to criminals. Make religious youth begin to work. This is what it does. It makes religious youth, people who have religion and spirituality, it makes them begin to worship idols, musicians, Satan, and even themselves, which is most dangerous of all, in my opinion, is Gnosticism and Gnostic roots. Okay? Want to rap about world peace, Jesus Christ, celibacy, marriage, true love, and unity? Good luck with that, because you're not going to make it onto the top 10 Billboard chart. That's reserved for the sons of Satan. Not only will it be incredibly difficult to succeed nowadays in music, but gatekeepers will use all of their contacts and powers to stop you if you speak out against it. If you're trying to become a musician who stands for good, you're going to be facing way more obstacles. They open the gates for the people, for the wicked ones, but they close the gates for the ones who want to change the world and make it a better place again. Do you understand? It's so obvious. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's what you see all the time now. And it's oh so obvious. This is all spiritual warfare manifested in the physical realm. That's all this is. They want the children's minds because the kids and the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. So if they can brainwash them to grow up with hatred and violence and glorifying drug use and putting women down, then they're going to breed the next generation, and the cycle of hatred and division is going to continue. This is their goal. I don't know who they are because they're shadowy elites who don't share their names with the public. Why would you? Because we would be pretty pissed and somebody would probably do something about it. You know what I mean? Somebody who's brave enough and crazy enough. But you know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying is they want to get into the minds of the youth and affect it. And this is war being waged in the spiritual and in the physical. Okay? So pick a team, because you're going to be on the team of light or the team of darkness. And if you're somewhere in the middle, be careful, because you're probably going to get caught in the crossfire. You're probably going to get caught with some stray bullets, metaphorically speaking. But anyways, I encourage you to be the glitch in the matrix. Stand firm in your faith. Remember, knowledge is power, but application of said knowledge is wisdom. That's all I got. So until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Until next time, I love you all. Peace.